This is your Uncle TreeJam and we are back with Mass Effect 2. Last time we fought our way out of Donovan Hawk's vault with Kasumi Goto in tow, only to find Donovan Hawk waiting for us with a fully equipped gunship. We were forced to take him out and made our way onto evac towards the Normandy. Along the way, Kasumi Goto received a message from Keiji Okuda through the Grey Box and was left with a choice: preserve the Grey Box and its data, or destroy it, considering that the contents could implicate the Alliance and lead to war. We trusted Kasumi Goto to make her choice and to keep the Grey Box on her own terms, with her promising to stay off the grid to keep the data from falling into enemy hands. Now unfortunately, we're not going to see much of the data itself in Mass Effect 2, and we won't learn more about the data until Mass Effect 3. So until then, for the most part, the DLC keeps us guessing. But it will tie into a certain Batarian research project. So, but in the time, we're gonna go ahead and head down here. In the meantime, excuse me, I took a look around the system where we were, where Beckenstein was, and there isn't a whole lot of resource collection we can do. We are gonna spend some time talking to crew in this episode, but before we do, let me go ahead and make a little bit of an upgrade. We do have there's actually tech damage upgrade that we can use. Standard Omni tools are calibrated with a wide neural input tolerance range so they can be used effectively by any race. By tuning the inputs of the Omni tool to match the specific neural patterns of the user, responsiveness and power can be greatly increased. Once tuned in this manner, the Omni tool is almost unusable by anyone but the wearer, and it must be constantly recalibrated to subtle neural shifts. That sounds like a pain to operate, but, you know, at least to maintain, but hey, I guess the maintenance is not too bad. In any case, I think I should spend a little bit more time reading through some of the upgrades, but if there are too many, I'm gonna have to breeze through some of them. And actually, let's go back, because I believe we now have tech cooldowns. We get 20% faster cooldown on tech abilities. Most Omni tools are tuned to have an effective lifespan of 10 years or more for precision work, up to 50 or more for more general tasks. Disabling most safety protocols and installing an experimental power core improves efficiency, but reduces the expected operating lifespan by a factor of 20. So basically we overclocked it. Okay, well, you know, I'll take it. After all, we're earning so much money in Mass Effect 2, we can replace our Omni tools, right? That income, man, in Mass Effect 2? Yearning for the days of Mass Effect 1, to be honest. Alright, well...
No messages for you, Commander.
Let's check in with Kelly. I think I checked with her last time, but just let's be safe.
How may I help you, Commander?
Is there anything I should know?
Nothing right now. Anything else, Commander?
That'll be all.
It's always nice chatting with you.
And I think I mentioned this, or actually I left a comment in my last video, because I went back and watched it, and...
So, Hadley, how you gonna spend your next furlough?
You really think we'll have another shore leave?
Of course. Shepard's forming the best team this galaxy has ever seen. We're gonna kick some ass.
I'm sure you're right, Matthews.
I have to remember not to talk over the ship conversations. I mentioned last time in the video that there weren't a whole lot of crew-to-crew interactions in Mass Effect 2, and I don't know if I don't think I specified that I was referring specifically to Normandy conversations.
Retrofits are always a pain in the ass.
We don't get a whole lot of those crew-to-crew interactions on the ship, and in Mass Effect 3 we're going to have some of those that are scripted encounters, but we don't get those in Mass Effect 2. Now we do have a couple of confrontations, and maybe some minor stuff. My memory's a little bit iffy on some places, but that's about it. But we will have some interactions between the major squad mates when we take them on missions, and there are certain points in Citadel, Omega, Ilium, and Tuchanka. We will go to Tuchanka later in Mass Effect 2, where we actually will have squad mates that respond to certain points on these hub areas, and some may have lines that they can exchange with each other. But beyond that, if you're talking about just Normandy conversations, some of those interactions are a little limited in quantity. But for the time being, let's talk to Joker real quick.
Commander.
I assume everything's going well up here?
This thing wants to fire me over a joke. Okay, I said I'd flash the AI core, but I was kidding. And we'd only lose a few systems. Nosy ones.
To clarify, human resources adjustments are not actually under my authority.
Then why? Why are you always picking on me?
My replies were intended to provoke, though not to cause distress. Your reactions are atypical of most humans. You are interesting.
Edie, were you intentionally egging him on? What part of your programming covers that?
Nothing in the restrictions imposed upon me forbids active observation techniques. Mr. Moreau's performance actually improved under duress.
I never figured the coming overlords would be so annoying. I'm done.
I assume everything's going well up here?
Good for now. Fractured my thumb on the mute, but I think I made my point.
What do you think about the people we're picking up?
Well, about the ones you went out with last. It seems like Garrus has finally worked that stick out of his butt, but now he's trying to beat guys to death with it. I can't believe I like the old Garrus better. No surprise, Morden acts superior to everyone, like he's got tenure at FU. It's just my opinion, though. There's really no need to go spreading it around.
Yeah, I think just because we had one squad mate for Kasumi's loyalty mission, and that's Kasumi, maybe that's the reason why we're not getting this line. Maybe Bioware didn't really fill that in. Whatever. I'm not gonna lose any sleep over it.
That's it for now.
See you, Commander.
Don't think Edie has anything to say, but let me just check with her real quick.
Yes, Shepard.
I'm pretty sure she might not, but I could be wrong.
I want to know more about you.
Do you have a specific inquiry?
Let's discuss something else.
Ready.
I want to know more about the people I'm working with.
Much of that data is classified. Do you have a specific inquiry?
Well, this stuff's probably not going to change until after, much later, a certain event that happens after the Reaper IFF mission. So...
Let's discuss something else.
Ready.
I want to know more about you.
Do you have a specific inquiry?
How are you getting along with Joker?
Mr. Moreau does not trust me. It offends him that I am installed aboard his ship's computers.
Yeah, the last Normandy did just fine without an AI reminding me the airlock is ajar.
That's all for now.
Logging you out, Shepard.
I'll check in a bit later with Edie. I'm really trying to remember, but I think I'm gonna need to wait till much later in the story. So... yeah, I think I have to wait till much later in the story for there's some extra comments and such. Jacob Taylor, I believe, has no additional lines or, moments here. Unique conversation moments.
Commander, can I help you with something?
I'm more interested in just talking for a bit.
Already? I'm not big on forcing these talks, Shepard. Let's do this later.
We'll talk later.
Commander.
Yep, I was right. Okay, well, disappointing, but yeah. Okay, let's move on. How about you, Morden?
Shepard, how can I help?
Have you got a minute to talk?
Later, updating crew dental records. All Cerberus personnel have cyanide capsules in molars. Primitive. Ocular nerve flashbangs harder to disarm. Anything else?
I'll let you work.
We'll be here if you need me.
Well, nice to know the 21st century spy techniques are still being applied. 20th century, actually. Whatever. Who knows, maybe there's something in the 19th century I wasn't aware of. Would not be surprised. But I'm thinking that might have been a 20th century thing. Cyanide and molar capsules. Nothing here. I'll have to keep waiting for a little bit. And now we can talk to Kasumi. And I just want to double check and see what line she has.
Hey, Shepard. I really appreciate your help with the Hawk heist. I've been going through Keiichi's gray box. It's so nice to have him back. Even in that form, I miss him.
Well, don't get too obsessed over the recordings. Easy to get lost in that.
Mess Sergeant Gardner might just be an evil genius. Emphasis on the evil. The food's gotten better lately, though. I guess his reputation will take time to heal.
Then again, it's not really for me to say what you do with the gray box and with Keiichi's recording.
I'm not really sure what to do with myself. Not much call for thievery aboard a ship. Come back later. I'm sure I'll have more to talk about.
Another thing I do want to mention, last time I said that there's not a whole lot in terms of the character building moments you have with Kasumi aboard the Normandy. I'm sure someone's going to go ahead and say, well, you've got books, you've got paintings, you got this statue, you've got this rose, you got this painting right here, and the rose and painting do talk a little bit about Kasumi's history with Keiji, but in my opinion, a lot of the stuff here is a bit minimal. Like, I would expect something a little bit more. I remember some of the conversations I had with Morden Solis about how he reconciles his beliefs about the fate of civilizations and earning the responsibility of using tech on your own terms. A lot of that does also echo some of the conversations you have with Legion, a squad mate we're going to get recruited much later. And just trying to find out how Morden reconciles his work on the Genophage with his beliefs and how people should utilize and own up to the responsibility of using technology on their civilization's own terms, essentially earning the responsibility.
Did you hear? Another colony went missing. Ferris Fields.
Ferris Fields? Didn't Hadley have a brother stationed there?
Yeah, he's taking it pretty hard.
Owning up to the responsibility of actually, utilizing that tech on your own terms as opposed to having it given to you. And what the Genophage has done to the Krogan people. And how that may have hampered the Krogan's ability to actually seize their own future on their own terms. It's definitely hampered their ability to seize their future on their own terms. It's pretty much nuked their birth rates. And a lot of the violence on Tuchanka and a lot of the chaos on Tuchanka can be directly attributed to the aftermath of the Genophage. What would you do if you had no hope for your civilization's future? Not trying to exonerate the Krogan, but just seeing Morden actually try and come to terms with that and reconcile his beliefs. Those conversations with Morden had far more weight for me personally than some of the stuff with Kasumi Goto when we were on our loyalty mission. And I don't want to rehash it too much, but I just feel like there could have been more with Kasumi. And I do feel that a lot of times our character feels very superficial. No offense to Kasumi, I just wish there was a hell of a lot more when it came to character development. And I think I've covered most of my, I wouldn't call maybe frustrations, but part of me is basically at the stage of bargaining where I want to just move on and not get too hung up over any disappointment I had over story content in the DLC. Also, I don't know if you guys can see that, but are we literally... I can see space out there. So I'm wondering just how isolated the interior of this this main battery is from the external conditions of space. I'm sure you could say that a Mass Effect field is in place and it's keeping us from losing, keeping this area from depressurizing. Maybe, you know what, I don't even know. I'm not gonna guess.
Shepard, need me for something?
Have you got a minute?
Can it wait for a bit? I'm in the middle of some calibrations.
Okay, pal, you know what? You can do calibrations.
Talk to you later, Garrus.
I'll be here if you need me.
You just go over there, type on that little keyboard of yours, look at that little screen, avoid talking to me, Garrus. Yeah? Come on, man. Where's my bro moment? Please. Oh well. I'm gonna move on. Have fun, Garrus. Leave me alone. Leave me hanging.
Commander, what can I do for you?
Do you have a minute, Miranda?
There's a lot to do, Shepard. Maybe another time.
I'll let you work.
Of course, Commander.
That's about what I expected. I didn't think there'd be a whole lot of conversations with the crew members, but I just want to double check and be absolutely sure. But now let's check on the engineering deck. We're going to talk to Grunt, Zaid, and we're going to check on Ken and Gabby. Not necessarily in that order, but we will go ahead and check on Grunt first.
Shepard.
Just checking in, making sure you're acclimatizing.
I was just sitting here thinking. The picture. I'm finally starting to get it. There's a tank imprint, the battle at Canrum. A dead Turian, stripped. You don't see them out of their armor much. A Krogan boot on his head, and a claw hammer. It's under the brow plate, pulling it back, right? Eyes have gone black, and you see tension in the muscle. You can feel it ready to snap. I get it.
Canrum isn't ringing a bell.
Death of Shiagar, female warlord. Turians killed her, so they were hunted down and made examples. Even if they won the war, it was the last push before the rebellions ended.
You better have a good reason for ruining my lunch.
It's just great. It's a Turian, and he's being torn apart for what they did. I felt nothing before, but now I get it. It was a good fight. The enemy was destroyed to punish them all and send a message. I get it. I hate Turians. I thought you'd be glad.
Don't start anything with Garrus. I won't have trouble on my ship.
I don't hate Garrus. I hate the Turians. Garrus is just one Turian, and he's your clan. No point in ripping his face off unless he turns on me. It's hate, but it's mine. Okeer was blind, and he tried to make me the same. But I'm starting to feel what they did, to see why I should care. Anyway, I'm still figuring where I fit, but it made me laugh. Nothing else really on my mind, Shepard.
Normally I go for the paragon option there, but the renegade option does give us this line with Grunt, and I found that line compelling, which is why I chose it. Also to cover the fact that we do have Garrus up in the main battery. Hey Grunt. I got your fucking number, bitch.
Shepard.
Just checking in, making sure you're acclimatizing.
Humans talk too much. Like the tank. Come back later.
What are your thoughts about our mission?
I fight. Doesn't matter who for.
Did Okeer give you any imprints about the Collectors?
I see blurry ships, guesswork about strength. Nothing to help pick a weak spot and tear. Okeer spent all his time on old hatreds. Whatever he had, it was used up when he made me.
We'll see this dialogue. Some of these dialogue options will change as we move forward.
That's all for now.
Shepard.
But for now, we haven't really done much just yet within the context of the Collectors. We actually have a mission for Zaid Masani, and I'm gonna talk to Zaid real quick.
Shepard, I was just waxing goddamn nostalgic. One time we were trying to clear out this gun nest outside a base on Vatar. Nothing we did even made a dent in that thing. Someone had the bright idea to kidnap a local girl, strap grenades on her, and make her go seduce the guy in the bunker. Terrible thing, I tell you. Well, she went up there, knocked on the door, and nothing. Grenades never went off. But the guy stopped shooting, and we snuck by. Never found out what happened.
Nice to have a sense of decency about that, but, you know. Can't always speak for your buddy there.
You smoke, Shepard? Don't. That stuff will kill you. Knew a kid once. Weapons dealer. Probably half your age. Bastard smoked too close to a cache of explosives. Tossed a butt, blew himself sky high.
Not to mention Surgeon General warning is something you should heed.
I should let you go. Talk more later, Shepard.
That Surgeon's General warning. Now let's go ahead and take out the trash. Bitch. That's right. I'm the alpha female aboard this ship. You better toe the fucking line. Get that trash out of here. Yeah. Like a Bosch. Let's check in on Ken and Gabby. See how they're doing.
I've got green across the board. The forward tanks are buoyant and elevated.
Are you talking about the Normandy or Miranda?
I'm talking about the one that's covered and protected, not bouncing in the breeze.
I don't know. Operative Lawson's uniform is very official. It always makes me stand at attention.
You're such a dog.
That coming wins. Good job, Ken. He's a horn dog. You got respect. Now, eventually we will have a little bit of something between Ken and Gabby, but I'm gonna leave it there. For the time being, I believe that we have everything we need to actually, wait a second. Did I forget something? Let's see, Jacob, Joker, Kelly, Morden, Miranda, Garrus, Kasumi, Grunt, Zaid. Okay, yeah. That should be everybody. Just want to go ahead and check and make sure we cover our bases there. Now we have a little bit of time left, but what I might do is I might go ahead and get us started on something. So we're actually going to go ahead and leave the Boltzmann system. There's no reason for us to stay here. I thought about trying to mine a little bit, but the planet's the highest level of resource availability is moderate. I don't know if I want to waste my probes here, so let's move on.
Fuel reserves at 50%.
I know, Edie. And there we go. We're back in the Widow's system. And I think, if I'm recalling, we should at some point go to the Citadel and keep track of where we are in terms of news reports. We're gonna have to do the same thing at Omega at some point. But for now, I'm gonna go ahead and get set up for our next mission. I believe we can go ahead and park our ship over in the Smart Frontier. And I think this is actually going to be a very short episode. If I tackle Zaid's mission, it's going to be in a separate video, just to give us some time in between. Let's take a look here. Did I mine you out already? Yes, I did. And I'm probably not going to come back to get the rest. Although I should. You are a gas giant, so you probably don't have a whole lot. You know, it's usually a good guess. We want to go for those solid worlds. I wonder, did we probe Uranus yet? I forgot. You know what? We're gonna go probe Uranus if we haven't already done that. Fuck, man. I am gonna go and probe Uranus. Let's go! Yeehaw. Let's do it. If we haven't done it. Oh. We haven't? You're kidding, right? You're kidding me, right? Oh, motherfucker. We're gonna make this happen. It's gonna happen. Come on. Oh, hey, Oh, come on. Fine.
Really, Commander?
Yes, CD. What do you guys say something, huh? You wanna start something? You wanna fight? Got something to say, Edie?
Probing Uranus.
Yeah! That was good. Okay, now we're gonna go and stop on that system. That's right, the hub system where we usually help out Zaid. Now who are we joking? This is where we always help out Zaid. So I'm gonna go ahead and double check our... Yeah, we're looking pretty good here. Just buy some fuel. And buy probes. And I believe what we can also do... Actually, you know, now that I think about it, we should have done this. We should have done this. I should have stopped up at some of the stores to see how we're doing in terms of being able to afford certain purchases. Let's talk with Citadel real quick, and I'll see you guys on the station.
I'm sorry, sir, but I'll need you to remove any biotic amp you might be wearing.
What? Why?
Unfortunately, sir, biotics can be used as a weapon. The rules require me to confiscate all amps. Could you please hand over yours?
I don't have one. I'm not a biotic.
Oh. Well, when you objected, I thought...
You humans are all racist.
Okay. Let's go ahead and head over to a store. Let's start at the top level secure award, the one that we can actually go to. And I mean like the highest level that we can go to in the hub area. So now we're gonna head this way and...
For 10 credits, we offer data protection for any game we sell. If the copy protection ever malfunctions, you can download a new copy free.
Okay, we can go to Rodham Expositions.
I'm Commander Shepard, and this is my favorite store on the Citadel.
And I'm gonna go ahead and hold off on those.
Haven't seen a weapon like that in ages. I was working with the Grim Angels, a small outfit that saw action in the Verge. Came up against some Krogan, all armed to the teeth. Well, all except the Battlemaster. He came at us with one of those little pea shooters. Killed half my squad. Damn good weapon.
Just want to hear that line from Zaid. I do like hearing that line over and over again, so... Yep. I'm actually going to go ahead and skip using the terminal. And we're just going to go ahead and just waltz down the stairs. And I believe we're going to go ahead and skip Souvenir Shop. I don't think I need that just yet. Actually, you know what? We can use a terminal now. Let's take a look at the terminal, and we're going to head over to 26. And I'm going to skip the Corian and Volus encounter until we have Tali in the party. Oh, and Kasumi, you have a line here, don't you? Did I already get that line with Kasumi?
You ever had ramen? It's a delicacy back on Earth.
I think I already talked to Kasumi about this.
What can I get you? The meat isn't fresh out here, but you won't find any better dried seaweed on the station. We have 6 kinds of beer on tap. We don't have a karaoke machine anymore. You do not want to hear drunk Elcor sing.
Okay, well, I guess not. So let's go ahead and move on. I think I already talked to Kasumi then. So now we can go to Serenus Applications.
Commander Shepard, and this is my favorite store on the Citadel.
We've already cleared out the inventory here. Got more than enough credits to spend, over 100,000, so let's make good use of it. And if we find nothing here, we can always go to Omega.
I'm Commander Shepard, and this is my favorite store on the Citadel.
All modern combat armor incorporates a first aid interface. Microprocessors in this interface monitor vital functions and release small, localized doses of metagel to accelerate the healing process. Manually timed heavy doses of metagel can be released in response to major trauma. However, the efficiency of this is dependent on proprietary medical software that cannot be copied and is prohibitively expensive. Cerberus has developed its own software and is actively working to improve its efficiency. Let's take that. We can come back and get anything that we missed later on.
Look, it took me a long time to get this refund. It's a Cision Omnigel converter. He said there'd be one waiting for me.
Do you have a service order?
No, I got the refund, made the exchange, and then he said go to the warehouse.
In case you haven't noticed, the refund conversations are a bit of a running gag in Mass Effect 1, 2, and 3. So, let's move on.
I'm Commander Shepard, and this is my favorite store on the Citadel.
So, nothing else I really want to get on the station, so we can...
Never had ramen? It's a delicacy back on Earth.
We can go ahead and leave, and we're going to head back to the Normandy and then get ready to go to Omega. What I'll do is I'll go ahead and fast forward, and I'll see you guys on Omega Station.
Eradicated, Shepard. I have also run searches for reports on Archangel. The various mercenary groups appear to believe that he is dead.
Works for me.
Just in case I may actually want to go ahead and... you know, I don't even remember. I forget stuff that I do very easily in my Let's Play. If in the case I haven't already covered the Garrus one, his remark on whether or not on coming back from the dead, I guess. Yeah, I think I'm gonna go ahead and just put that in a separate or put that in a clip that I just go ahead and edit in, just in case. But if I've already covered it, then not gonna worry too much. I'm not gonna go out of my way to do this for every single encounter, every single interaction, every single squad comment, but for this one I'm gonna go ahead and make sure at least I make it in here if I haven't already covered it by now.
End is not.
Cannot English, but I believe Herod does not have much to offer us, except a hack module. Let's go ahead and keep this in mind for now. Okay, nothing here just yet. Mainly looking for major upgrades, not armor pieces just yet. But I will have to get some before we go for, finish up the recruitment mission for Subject 0. Increases damage by 10%, improves shotguns, heavy shotguns, and assault shotguns for your entire squad. This upgrade improves the weapon's Mass Effect field generator, increasing the mass and acceleration of each round fired. Shotgun damage, Zaid does not use shotguns. However, we should get it.
This looks interesting.
Wow. We are not doing too good in shotgun damage at all. If we just have level 1, we'll change that eventually, but for now, let's go ahead and get that hack module. In the ongoing war between security software companies and hackers, Cerberus seeks to maintain a list of primary backdoors, little-known security holes that have been active for some time and remain unpatched. Ongoing research in this area should improve operatives' ability to hack through most conventional security measures.
This might be useful.
The Destiny Ascension has completed its
And there we go.
victory cruise. Council members aboard thanked Human Alliance.
And I really should have read the description there.
End is nigh.
So I'll go ahead and edit in something where I read the description. In fact, I'll do that for all the things that I buy, in fact. So, let's go ahead and move on. And I believe we're done on Omega, so I am going to head to the Normandy's docking tube, and we're going to leave the station, and we're going to get set up for Zaid's own loyalty mission. Of course, we're not going to be able to do the loyalty mission in this episode. I do want to do a little bit of housekeeping with regards to maintaining our equipment, upgrading our gear, and that's basically all this episode is. Touching bases with crew, making sure we're ready to go in terms of equipment, and that's it.
No messages for you, Commander.
So I believe for now we've gotten everything we need to. So, for the time being, I'm going to go ahead and make a save, and we're going to close off here. So, thank you for tuning in. Next time I'm going to go ahead and check in on that research terminal, and then we're going to go ahead and do Zaid's loyalty mission. But for the time being, I just want to wish you guys a happy day, night, evening, afternoon, wherever you might be in this universe or the next. And next time we'll see what chaos we can get up to. But until then, stay safe, have a good one.